Hello, Sugar Freedom fans and carnivores. Going into a new challenge, the last 10 inches. You may not know, so I'm going to tell you. I was a working stage actor for literally decades. I got my first stipend as an actor in 1990, and then I worked in and around Los Angeles. I was principal singer dancer for Holland America Line. I did a bunch of musicals. I did a few commercials, a lot of student films, a couple of small parts in independent films. I never became famous, but I worked, and I especially worked on stage. Then fell in love, got married, had a child. It was lovely. And I still did some work. I still did some stage work. I did a number of equity shows. And there were even times in my life when I was actually making a living as an actor. But then you probably know, if you've been on this channel, that I became obese during my pregnancy. A number of things happened. Pregnancy-induced hypertension, unmanaged blood sugar. And I had been a smoker, and I had quit smoking because I had always had issues with my hunger and my weight, and it kind of went out of control. The point is, I was able to overcome that. I was able to overcome obesity. I became a personal trainer, and I went from, well, certainly during my pregnancy, I went well over 200. I actually don't even know what my highest weight was. But after a number of months after I'd had my son, I was still at 185, and I'm only 5'1", so I had a lot of weight to lose. I lost more than 70 pounds and then have stabilized at a healthy weight. The point of this, though, is that going back on camera, although I'm in my 50s now, so I don't have to compete with the 20-year-old models anymore, but the point is the camera doesn't know how much you weigh. The camera knows your shape and your size. And I'm like, I don't know how much you can see, but so here we are. So what I'm looking to do is take about an inch, maybe an inch and a half off of my waist, get the hips down a little bit, tighten up the arms, tighten up the legs. So if we put it all together, we're talking about 10 inches. And what does that require? The big thing is that if you're in your mid-50s, if you're after menopause, if you're trying to lose those, really get tight, get lean, and lose those last 10 inches, you have to do what I call firing on all cylinders. Everything has to be in order. So first thing, your mindset. You have to know what you want, why you want it, because in order to get truly lean, healthy is awesome, but the leanness, especially what I want, because I want to continue to dance and working on camera, the mindset has to be there, because you're going to have to consistently make choices that align with your desire to optimize your physical ability to express emotion and to move as an actor. Because as an actor, your body, your voice, your mind, these are your instruments. So the first thing is your mindset and your understanding that whenever there are cravings or temptations or things that are pulling you away from the plan that you've put together for what you're going to eat and the training that you're going to do, you have to have the mindset because cravings happen in the moment. It's in that moment the idea comes up, and then you make a decision to reach for something that isn't on your plan. And how do you know if it is or isn't on your plan? Well, you have to have a plan. You have to make a plan. So each morning, the first thing I do is I'm going to write down what I'm going to eat for the day, and then I'm going to prepare what I'm going to eat for the day. One of the reasons why doing animal-based keto, a meat-based keto, or a carnivore approach is that it is so incredibly simple. It's very straightforward. There aren't any questions. If it's a plant, you're not going to eat it. And the other thing is that as I want to get to this stage of leanness, complete honesty. I am still having a little bit of heavy cream in my coffee. I gave up the Trident and the soda, yay. And I have found it really has had a wonderful effect on normalizing my appetite and getting rid of cravings. But you have to be honest with yourself, especially as you're going after these last 10 inches. Is anything that I'm eating, because I know a lot of people on animal-based keto are going to might be having some dairy, heavy cream, and might be having some cheese. Real honesty, is it working? Is it getting in the way of your goals? So there has to be some kind of measurement, and I just pull out that measuring tape and I measure. And honestly, I gotta be honest and tell the truth, I do weigh every day, but this is something odd that I do. I have set my scale to stone instead of pounds, so I don't have that weird notion about what the number is. I actually know what it is in pounds, but it seems easier to look at the British stone dropping, because it's like, it goes down by percentage points. At any rate, I know I'm a little bit goofy, but I do hop on every day just to keep myself honest and make sure things are going in the right direction. The other thing is, at my age, I'm not wanting to lose too fast, never more than 2 pounds a week. And since I'm already at a normal healthy weight, 1 pound a week, that's all I ask. So I'm really looking at, normally when I had my fitness business, normally we could lose 10 pounds in 6 weeks, but I'm not trying to lose that much, looking at just 1 pound a week. So 10 weeks instead of 6, which is fine. Okay, so that's number one. Decide what you're going to eat, write it down every day, and then stick to that plan, and then have a strategy for sticking to it. Whenever I feel a craving or a desire, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to write, I'm going to study lines, I'm going to work on a monologue, I'm going to draw, I'm going to practice my piano. These are things that I enjoy. Practice a dance step. So I want you to think about this term, replace, replace, replace. If at any point you've made your decisions about what you're going to eat, if at any point your subconscious, the small self, the little ego, the id, if that's trying to pull you away from your goals, you've got to have enjoyable things to replace that with. Then the next thing is the training. And I have tried to limit my training. I've tried to make it easier. I've tried to make my training sessions shorter. And the truth is, I need at least a 30-minute resistance training session 3 times a week at a minimum. And for me, in order to get the shape and the leanness I want, I need to do a full body weight warm-up, and then I need to do supersets. So I'm going to do 2, 2, and 2, and I do an upper and a lower body split. If any of this is confusing, I have a lot of videos showing those splits. And I'll do more videos very specifically on my training, the major lifts that I'm going to be doing, and just that sense of doing the 3 supersets, so 6 different exercises, 8, 10, or 12 reps each for 3 rounds. And then finishing with, because I'm also a dancer, I've put together my own 9-minute dance warm-up, and then I'm finishing with that warm-up after each session. And I'm also using a heavy hoop, using that to whittle the waistline, and then I also can use the heavy hoop like a ballet bar. So obviously I'll be making some videos to demonstrate that. And then getting enough sleep. But the great thing about carnivore is that ever since I went carnivore, my sleep has been excellent, always getting plenty of sleep. Getting adequate hydration. I am not a maniac about drinking a gallon of water a day. I have found that it's simply not necessary. And then in these days, really the only supplementation I'm doing, is I'm taking just a vitamin D3 tablet each day. And part of that is because some of the research that's come out about the coronavirus and how making sure that your vitamin D levels are up can be very helpful. I also do get some sun every day. I go out in the sun. I wear a hat, getting it on my arms, on my legs, and not getting excessive amounts of sun, but getting just enough. So those are the components: the correct mindset, have your nutrition plan and commit to it, have your training plan and commit to it, and away you go. All right, be happy, be healthy, and always remember, eat for yourself. Take care, everybody.